Hey everyone, and welcome back to Malts and Meeples. I'm Petter, and today we're unboxing a fairly big game that came in. I want to say the original Kickstarter date for this. I actually can look that up right now. Should have done that beforehand. I want to say this was originally funded in 2018. It's always a little bit tricky finding a date. They were looking for March 2020 for Wave 1, so that would make me think 2018 for this. Let's go back in time. Back further. Back to the before times. Back to while the campaign was still running. Keep in mind this was supposed to come Wave 1 March of 2020. I think it came November of 2020. Which is about what I expect for a delay for a Kickstarter. Oh, get in there. So successfully funded August 8th. Yep, August 8th, 2019. So I was off a little bit. I was thinking it was before that because of when ISS Vanguard came to crowdfunding. But ISS Vanguard, I'm trying to think when that was. That was the one that they were teasing when they shipped out stuff for Tainted Grail. The gin and tonic for tonight. A little bit of dragon fruit, pomegranate, sparkling water in there as well because I ran out of tonic. Tastes good though. So, let me send one last message to my wife. Let's get this up to the table. And I should have top-down cam. There we go. Etherfields. Let's dive in. This doesn't look right. Doesn't look like Etherfields. Oh, look what we have here. A Pandasaurus lanyard, and I ordered this during Gen Con. Just showed up Trek 12 and Trek 12 plus 1. Trek 12 is going to be a roll and write game. Of course, I picked up another roll and write game. I won't look into it too much here right now. Let's bust open this main box. This one is just the expansion box. Slide that over. So, 3 game modes: Trek mode, single climb, expedition mode, a 3 climbs in a row, and solo mode for solo gaming. Not really a different mode, I'd say. So we have, of course, rulebook, expedition manual, there, some cards, different mountains, and assuming this has to do probably something with expedition mode, some things you can unlock. So clearly not going to open up these guys. I honestly have no idea how Truck 12 works, but it's been a pretty popular, I feel like, roll and write game. And wooden dice. I do not love wooden dice, mainly because, like, I'm used to playing D&D now with metal dice. These have a little bit more heft than your normal wooden dice. This one's standard D6. This one's a 0 through 5. But wooden dice tend to be very light, which I'm just like, give me heftier dice. Even plastic ones tend to be better. Let's see, 1 to 50 players, so it must be 50 sheets of each map, 15 to 30 minutes. Not bad. It should be one I probably learn play solo here on the channel sometime. This is probably a bit more of the size of box you were expecting me to see pull up first. Etherfields. And we really don't care that much about seeing this giant white box, so let's instead look at what they send you. Attention! Do not change the structure of any of the decks inside the boxes before reading the rulebook. I'm going to pull everything out. I have to stand up to get this out. All right, it is out of the box. Let's actually start with the two bonus things. They always have some kind of extra things if they can do it. So ISS Vanguard here. Which I believe is getting close to being on the boat. So I'm going to have a couple massive things come in back to back. Let's see. Is that everything? That looks like everything in there. We have, this is pretty nice actually. This is pretty cool. ISS Vanguard crew member dog tag type thing. Feels a little bit silly wearing it, but that's okay. we have an ISS Vanguard comic book and kind of book talking about different things, galaxies, stuff like that. I'm going to spend some time, I'll probably actually read through this tonight because that looks pretty in depth. So with Tainted Grail, when that came, that had ISS Vanguard stuff in there too, but that was just pictures. So you have your comic and then a whole bunch of artwork here. I really love the art style of ISS Vanguard. I'm very curious about this binder system too. I know they did a lot of work on the binder system, kind of changing that around as it was play tested. Welcome to Etherfields. Kind of a weird spot to have this, as well as then fairly normal Awaken Realms kind of thank you. And here's a little bit about the game that you just got. So then we have Etherfields 2.0. So when Etherfields originally delivered, and I'm kind of glad that I got Etherfields in a single wave shipping, it was people had some issues with it. Not a ton of major issues. Mainly, I believe, like you have your dreams and you have slumbers. Slumbers were these little things that you had to go through, and you had to do that a lot between the bigger dream events. So they redid the rules. They put out an unofficial rule update. Well, official rule update, but yeah, so you can see the slumbers here. Official rule update to allow you to kind of do I forget what they called it. I might have it backwards too. It might be that, come on. It might be that the dreams were the things people didn't like. I really don't remember for sure on that one. But yeah, it's been a long while coming, and I'm glad. So I sent out this feedback. It's a shame that they didn't have it fixed from the start, but some tweaks to it here. And this is what I was talking about. The continuous dream mode. Experienced players who wish for more condensed experience may want to use this mode. The continuous dream mode shortens the time spent between dreams, although it lessens the impact of slumbers and the dream world map on your game. We recommend this mode for players who play Etherfields in longer gaming sessions consisting of several dreams. We don't recommend this mode for players who are new to the game and those whose sessions consist mainly of one dream. So it allows, I think once you get the idea of what the slumbers are, that a lot of people will move on. So new rulebook, I'm assuming a lot of this is kind of the same as the one that we'll be seeing in there. I'm not going to, well, I'll show just a touch of what these cards look like. You can see really nice artwork on the cards. Screw it. Since this came in here, I'm not going to change the order of anything, but we might as well look at a little bit of artwork. This might be the best chance we have You can look at artwork here. So it looks like for a dream map, or kind of the world between dreams. I like the artwork on it. It varies greatly, but all kind of has a similar feel. Save game system, continuous dream mode. No idea what those are for. I'm going to put them back in their bag. Set that over here. And then I didn't go all in on this campaign, but you're always going to have stretch goal stuff from Awaken Realms, which is why I went with the second wave shipping only, because you will always have stuff coming in wave 1 and wave 2, so I just did wave 2. I haven't really had a chance to play this, wouldn't have had time to play it before, so not that big a deal. One of the cool things about this box, and when it was on Kickstarter, was they could, with the renderings of it, this is very thick plastic, make it look like, sorry, this top corner here kind of blended away into nothing. It looked like it was, the box looked like it went into the backdrop. Now obviously that effect doesn't work as well in real life, but it is still a very cool looking box. So let's bust into this. I do not have enough room to set everything, of course. So we have on top here the game manual, secret scripts, I'm assuming this is for the save system. We have the game board, which I've heard is not phenomenal. It's also massive, so I'm just going to show it off a little bit here. But I believe what it was that there are some cards that go this way on it and some that go this way. So it just wasn't consistent. And some cards that you kind of needed to see were down at like a far end. We have here a ton of tokens. The masks. This was one of the cool things about the system, is you could kind of pick your mask, whether you wanted calm, hate, pain, wisdom, devotion, chaos, whatever that might be, and it would give you something on the back. At least that's what I remember of it. A couple little envelopes for something. Silica gel. It specifically told me not to mess around with cards. At least don't take them out of order. Okay. So we have Etherfields here. Those might just be dividers for these different kind of locations. assuming dreams. Making sure we get everything back in the right spot. More Etherfields dividers. Probably telling you a specific character. Let's pick another one here. Wisdom. Because there's a deck building element, kind of a color-based element to this as well. Let's pull out all these tokens. Did I catch it? Did it hit the floor? Hit the floor. Of course it hit the floor. No idea what those tentacle tokens are for. Tentacles are always good. We have the classic gems. Red. Sands. Little dice for movement, it looks like. White, red, and clear little beads. These, they look very nice, but I know companies who have them more a little bit stone, and those are not. And little eye tokens here. All right, I'm going to start out with the most important mini. Penguin in a top hat. But then, like, it looked like there was that character deck that she looks like the character on that. So probably some of the different characters you can play, different creatures, monsters you can meet. These are all kind of the small ones at the top. Little masks, kind of looks like. And then down here, oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna switch cameras here. It's going to be easier for me to hold it out in front of me. A lady with a deer type creature on a tree. The back paw foot is who knows what? Like a hand almost. That's cool. That's massive. And then even like this figure here just has so many details to it. That is one thing I've never been disappointed with Awaken Realms figures. I were to put him back in there, I would do that, I think. Ooh, whimsy. I like this. Just a kind of stack of books trailing down from her hands, spiraling out of them. That is nice looking. More wisdom. I'm just looking to see, like, okay, if I spot something. current turn steps, so who knows what that's for. Influence card, there's that one gal. That's pretty much the core box. Don't know, well, they give you baggies for the tokens, so I should be able to fit them in pretty well. There'll be a little space at the top of the box when that happens. Whoops. But not much. Like there's maybe an iota of lift on the lid. There's even nice artwork on the side of the box, but if I try and show that out, I really have to empty out the box. Yeah, so there's a little bit of lift, which means it will go maybe a touch flatter. Not important thing, really. And then, expansion box. Let's go back to the overhead cam. Oh, wrong one. Go away. That was left over from the top 100. Oh my goodness. Components. 4 high-quality models, 129 oversized cards, 243 standard cards, 20 plus tokens, a script book, special Etherfields 2.0 envelope with rulebook, bonus content sheet, 4 save sheets, various cards, 50 plus hours of gameplay for this expansion. Does of course require the core box. So the Harpy and She-Wolf campaigns. Chimera, Ancient Ram, Foreteller, Two-Tailed Fox. We have Clown, Thanatos, and Eros. Man, that's barely over 20. So here I can show you. So like Clown has stuff written on its back. I'm not going to read that off. I think you get certain points where you get chances. We have a Lovecraft quote on the front of this. This has to be the script. The Harpy. Not going to spend too much time on that. More cards. So flaws. There's the clown mask. Items. A flying cat. I don't know what any of this means. Do not shuffle this deck. Setup. Different kind of setups, basically. Let's look here. We have... Oh, here's our Two-Tailed Fox. Little kitten cub. But the big minis, which again I think are easier if I show it off this way. just nuts. Looks like tied to the tree branch with the detail like on those tail feathers. You can kind of see. Keeps on trying to focus too far back. But it's just gorgeous. And then the lady with the wolf. So dynamic in what it does. You can see the snarl on the wolf. That just looks cool. But unboxing streams are always a little bit shorter, though now comes the part of the unboxing stream where I don't try and force it too much. There we go. To rock back the character a little bit. But we have everything for Etherfields. Now, one thing I haven't heard for Etherfields is whether or not there's going to be an additional campaign for this. So, if we look at other things Awaken Realms has done, Great Wall has had a reprint on GameFound. Tainted Grail is having another expansion coming out on GameFound. Lords of Hellas had a follow-up of Lords of Ragnarok. So it seems like they like to revisit their stuff every now and again, especially if they have a decent idea for something more for it. So I wonder if they'll do that for Etherfields. There's definitely things that I did not get. So curious with what they are. Well, at least there's that. Core box. I'm confused. I thought I should have gotten, maybe I would have to have gone up a level to get the creatures for 178 pounds. Could have gotten the core box, stretch goals, creatures, Funeral Witch campaign, 5th player, Sphinx campaign. I think that's the highest level. The other one beyond that has art book, playmat, playing cards, card sleeves, gameplay sleeves, card holder, everything like that. It's always a little bit tricky to look back at some of these campaigns because what they're showing might not actually be what it ended up being. So the pledge level I did, that was $94, which isn't too bad. $94 with the different characters in there. That's definitely be $125 probably for what I backed now. And shipping, like I said, I did single wave shipping. It's kind of a bummer because they were unlocking stuff like the Lucid Dream stuff has to be in the box, I would assume. She-Wolf campaign is, but then there's the add-on that I didn't do for the Sphinx. That one looks cool. For the Funeral Witch, amazing looking sculpt. 5th player expansion, meh. Could have gotten a Thorin Knight, just a 5th character, or something like that. I thought I had done the metal keys, but I must not have backed those in the end. Done those as add-on, I'll probably check on that, but this is just massive, like everything it has in it. And I mean, shipping here, they say core box, $24 for one wave, which they were thinking was going to be December of 2020. I just got that this week, August of 2022. So they were thinking March of 2020 and December of 2020. Obviously, COVID completely screwed up those timelines. Even if they had been on for those timelines, I've never really considered December of 2020 that likely an option. So I'm just happy to have it in my hands. Excited to mess around with this one sometime, probably on stream. But yeah, there we have it. There we have the unboxing of Etherfields. Didn't take too long. Didn't figure it would. Like I said, I didn't get everything. Wow. Somehow got really greasy smudge from my fingers on the box lid for the expansion. Whatever. Just kind of stands out since that is a well, it's a very dark box. But thank you so much for watching. Hope this was fun. Kind of see the expansion content. I know there are plenty of unboxings for that core box out there already. Plenty of gameplay you can go check out. It's probably even plenty of the game where people have played through the core box, and now that they're getting their Wave 2 stuff, might even be looking to sell that. So if you missed out on it, probably a decent time to start looking. Especially, I mean, you backed it in 2019, getting it in 2022. There are going to be people who just don't have the same life situation to be able to play a game like that. They'll be looking to sell. So if this does interest you, like I would check it out on eBay, see what comes out for that. But thank you so much for watching. If you like this content, click the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this. If you want to know when I go live, Wednesday at 8 p.m. I'm going to be continuing my playthrough of Stars of Ikarios. Got through the first scenario a week ago on Wednesday, and I'm excited to dive back into an epic space game, one that I think it's a very different, this is very tactical combat, kind of, I've heard it compared to Gloomhaven in space, which I can see with the space combat, and then I think there's like seventh continent planet exploration. So a lot to be excited to dive into that. I have a couple characters that I'm rolling with, so come join me then, come and chat. And next Monday, not sure what I'm going to be doing. Probably a top 10 list. Though I'm at the point where I'm trying to think. I don't know that there's anything imminent Kickstarter wise. I have paperback word building, deck building game showing up, but not a Kickstarter, so I'm not going to be doing an unboxing on that. That game has been out for a little while. But so maybe a top 10 list, maybe a gameplay. Maybe I'm going to pull out Trek 12 here. Actually, I might pull out Trek 12. That'd be a fun one to try on stream. But like I said, if you want to know when I go live, subscribe, click that notification bell. I already have the video up for Wednesday in terms of the link for the live video. So if you go to the Malts and Meeples channel page, you'll be able to click on the notification bell for that there. If you're interested in the other stuff that I do, we have nerdologist.com link below. I record a podcast every Monday before I go live. So we have a 10-minute Marvel podcast that is queued up and ready to go for tomorrow. So a Marvel podcast if you enjoy the Marvel movies, Marvel comics, things like that. can check out those links below, or the other videos that I've done previously. If this is your jumping in point, I have unboxings for a number of games, and then a lot of solo gameplay. If you are interested in seeing some bigger campaign games and maybe how they work solo, you can definitely check that out. With that, bottoms up.